Everything else is extra credit. I'll take it. I'll take it though. I love it. I love what I do. But I don't need to. No, I got everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So something popped up on my feed, and I absolutely have to react to it. This is Commissioner Dynamo, our buddy. And this one is titled, LeBron says he has nothing left to accomplish. Cap. I saw this quote. It popped up on, I think, my YouTube feed or something like that a couple of days ago. I rolled my eyes because we all know what LeBron's trying to do. He is desperate to get past 6 championships. And until then, he definitely has a lot to prove. At least if he can get past Magic and Kobe at 5. But he's stuck here at 4. But we know LeBron. He's just he's a compulsive liar. So of course he's going to say, I have nothing left to prove. Because, yeah, dude, it's not like Jordan with the Wizards. Jordan with the Wizards had nothing left to prove. He was already the greatest of all time. 6 championships. He had done it. All of his accolades, he already got them by that point. If anything, all of his percentages went down by playing with the Wizards, not up. So that's for the love of the game. And if LeBron is going to try to pretend like this is for the love of the game, I ain't buying it. Anyways, I'm linking the original Dynamo video down below. If you want to check it out without my commentary, go for it. Everybody else, please leave this video a like. Helps out a ton. And yeah, nothing else to say for the intro. Let's get into this. All right, Dynamo. Let's do it.
LeBron, do you feel like there's anything left to accomplish? I mean, you pretty much...
Whoa, I just got to go back real quick. Look at, is this a robot? This got to be like an AI bot, right? This is not normal.
LeBron, do you feel
I'm sorry.
like there's anything left to accomplish? I mean, you pretty much, checked off all the boxes. Is there
anything left for me to accomplish as a basketball player?
As a basketball player, on the court or off the court?
Cap.
Everything
else is extra credit. I'll take it. I'll take it though. I love it. I love what I do. But I don't need to. No, I got everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Yes, sir.
Hello? You play to win the game.
This is when you know, like, the old guard was on its way out. Because something so simple as in, why do we compete? To win. Like, something so basic and so simple is lost nowadays.
You don't play to just play it.
Yeah, just get some stats.
That's the great thing about sports. You play to win.
Yep.
And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win.
Yeah.
When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire.
Yeah, get out.
Get out.
Get out. Yep.
Because it matters.
It's just bad.
It does. Oh, man. He's going to do this quote. Fucking Dynamo. Yeah, if it doesn't matter and you've got nothing left to prove. And, I mean, okay, MJ came back and he was like, he was contributing to the team. That's what he wanted to prove. And he wanted to go up against a new generation of young basketball players, and he did just that. LeBron has nothing left to prove. Well, stop taking that $40 million and give that to somebody who does. It's your time is done. You completed your job. It's time to move on then.
Basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Someone who has everything doesn't pressure his organization to go all in after having gone all in 2 years prior.
Yeah, he'd be willing to move his whole family again if the Lakers don't go out and do everything that's humanly possible to make some blockbuster trades. He's such a hypocrite. He's such a hypocrite, but he doesn't care. If he didn't have something to prove, he wouldn't care if the team was a contender or not.
Let me walk into the garden wearing blue and orange shoes and a blue hat and wear a Knicks towel as I'm doing my post-game interview, because after this season I'm going to be a free agent and I may want to go to the Knicks if I don't get my way.
Yep.
But I have everything though, so
yeah.
Trade deadline time.
Yeah, I remember this. Dude, man. Oh, such a hypocrite.
Ass. Bam. What does it mean? I don't know. But you're on the clock to do something.
Yep.
But I have everything.
Yep.
So really, you're on the clock to do nothing. I sound like Kevin Hart when he does comedy bits.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. It'll never happen again. I overslept. I apologize. It's irresponsible on my behalf. If I do it again, fire me.
Are those the actions of someone who has achieved everything in their career? I don't think so.
Nope.
But now that Offspring is on the same team as him,
Did he just say that? Did he say Offspring?
career? I don't think so. But now that Offspring is on the same team as him, maybe Sanford will be more inclined to chill out this season.
Sanford and Son. Sanford.
Think you gonna cook breakfast?
I ain't cooking nothing. I'm retired.
Some of the points I'm about to discuss I've said before in the past in a far more lengthy manner, but here I'm going to emphasize some tidbits I haven't in previous videos. LeBron James is probably the only professional athlete in any sport I've ever seen standards get shifted downward to justify his being a GOAT. And people will bring up Bill Russell. They'll immediately go and say, Jordan didn't win as much as Bill Russell, but will never call Bill Russell the GOAT. They'll only use him as a means to attack Jordan. And it's a damn shame that that man's entire career is thought of as a counterpunch to another player rather than being appreciated for what it was.
I know. And Bill Russell, he walked away when his time was done. He won. He kept winning and winning and winning. And then he said, you know what? Time to retire. And he did. And I have all the respect in the world for him to do it. He accomplished everything he wanted to do. So once again, LeBron, if you really have nothing left to prove and everything else is extra credit, you've achieved everything you wanted to do in the game of basketball, move it out. Retire, buddy. Do like what everybody else has done before you. You're done. Give that paycheck to somebody else now.
Brontomatons use Bill Russell as a means to attack Jordan because he has more rings than Jordan, but they themselves will admit that rings are not the ultimate deciding factor of who is considered the greatest of all time. There are a myriad of other facets. They don't apply the same logic to LeBron himself in comparison to Jordan, and will argue you down with a straight face supporting someone over someone else who has less championships than them, less finals MVPs, less regular season MVPs, less defensive player of the years, and have the unmitigated gall to proclaim that player better. I never understand it.
I know.
But they do this. And when you try to talk to them like a reasonable person who uses logic, they will go and shit on the entire decade that Jordan played in to prop up LeBron, only to have their kids and the generation that follows them proceed to downplay LeBron and the era he played in as a means to prop up their proverbial player they love.
Yeah, I hope they do the exact same thing. And I bet they will to LeBron's era. Actually, I don't, because it's so disrespectful. That's the spite in me. That's like the vengeance in me. But I hope not, because that's just going to discredit a whole nother generation of players. But they probably will anyways. Let's just be real. So 10 years from now, 20 years from now, anybody who brings up LeBron, they're just going to be like, yeah, well, he didn't have any competition. Nobody else had any talent during that era. So there were just a bunch of people jacking up threes and there was no defense. So, you know, they're going to do the same crap to him. It's just very disrespectful. That's why I've been so focused lately on combating that disrespect with all these like, you know, what all these legends have to say about what Ant-Man said. I've been focusing on that so much because it's like we need to highlight what these people say. Because can you imagine 20 years from now, like Steph Curry having to hear like nobody else had talent during LeBron's era, and he's sitting there reading this, going like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Like, what else did I have to do?"
LeBron isn't all that, they'll say. He played in an era with TikTokers and make-believe goons. So when LeBron says he has everything, it's statistically untrue. There are multiple accolades you are missing in comparison to your predecessor. But let's pretend and say that it is true. If it is, why do you continue to play? It can't be purely for your love of basketball. Well, obviously he's playing to win. No, he has everything, thereby invalidating the need to pursue more things.
100%.
By his own logic, winning another ring or MVP is mere extra credit.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter to that great extent because he's already the GOAT.
Yep.
So what ultimately are you playing for, LeBron?
We already won.
Bronny is in the league this year. You want to play with him? That's historical. I understand that completely. But after this year, you're most likely going to sign again. You've been signing 1 to 2 year deals with the Lakers. Why? It screams of somebody who's trying to keep the organization under pressure and keep their feet on coal to make decisions to put him in a better position to win
100%.
said championships that don't matter.
100%.
LeBron had recently, in these past few days, said he has a lot left in the tank. Playing for Team USA has made him aware of such.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you have a lot left in the tank to get extra credit for things that don't matter, that ultimately have no bearing on your GOAT case because you already are the GOAT? Or what's more likely, you believe that playing longer, adding more and more longevity to your career will not only help you catch up to, but surpass that ghost in Chicago, which he said many different times, but
Yeah.
he hasn't said it since he won in 2016, because I believe that's when he thought everyone would think he was the GOAT like he thinks he is too. But they didn't.
They didn't.
Also, just stopping to think about the fact that he said that 8 years ago after accomplishing a feat that, yes, no other player has, but just that feat alone propelled him to the greatest of all time. In 2016, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And too many people thought that was okay. My issues with LeBron stems from his verbiage, his antics, his passive-aggressive behavior, and his diminishing and somewhat soiling of the term greatness. There are levels to greatness, and I'm not saying LeBron himself is not great. But if after a loss you proceed to bemean and bemoan the sport you play and saying it's just basketball, you know my little brother does that. You know kids do that.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
get on them for treating some of the things that you've bought them, being toys or clothes, without respect, and they say, they're just toys,
Yeah.
they're just clothes, you could get another one, we could buy some more. That's what my little brother said. I said, you don't understand the value of what it is you're talking about.
Not just
You
that,
don't-
but like when you remember being kids and like, you know, if Johnny over here loses at a game of blackjack, then afterwards, after you win, Johnny's going to go, blackjack's stupid anyways. I don't even like this game. And in their mind, they had just discredited your win. And in their brain, that's fact. That's reality. That's some narcissism right there. But like most kids are a lot more narcissistic, and we're supposed to like grow past that and evolve past that as we grow up. That level of like selfishness is not supposed to exist when we're an adult. And if it does, then there's something wrong with us psychologically. But LeBron, to just make a statement like that in 2016, he just won his third championship, to say that made me the GOAT and expect everybody else to fall in line into his crazy reality without any justification that he's the GOAT all of a sudden. We're just supposed to buy into it and say, okay, that did make you the GOAT. Forget the fact that he's only got the same amount of rings as Larry Bird at that point. He's got 3. He doesn't even have 4 like Shaq, or 5 like Duncan and Kobe and Magic, or 6, which is the real ghost he's chasing from Chicago with MJ. The hell are we talking about here? Like, it was insane for me to see that in 2016. And that's the moment where I realized he is so disconnected from reality, and he is surrounded by yes men. Everybody is licking his nutsack. That's in his camp. That's all he's getting all day, every day. No one is pushing back against him.
Don't understand the significance, or you do and you don't care. Any of the usual suspects people bring up as GOAT, you've never heard them say things like this. But LeBron, he gets a pass. Oh, it's not the same. No, treat everything the same. Criticize him.
Yeah, be fair.
You would criticize anybody else for doing even half of the things he says or does. But when it's him, he gets a pass. It's as if it never happened.
Yep.
As well as a tweet like this. This was after losing to the Mavericks in 2011. Really pay attention to how someone behaves when they lose.
Dude, that's stupid. When is the deadline? That's like you get into an argument with your girl and you're going to post on social media, hey, I might be single real soon here. Any takers? What's the fucking difference?
But he says he has everything. He has nothing left to accomplish. If you truly felt that way, you wouldn't feel the need to continue playing, or you would be far more content in your actions. You wouldn't be actively trying to trade half the team every single year. You wouldn't be battling back and forth with the media, sending hieroglyphic posts on Twitter.
Yep.
You wouldn't do any of these things. I still see a lot of people criticize Jordan for going to play baseball, saying, well, he turned his back on his team. Imagine if LeBron had done that. Three-peating and retiring would get criticized?
Yeah, job done. He fucking did it. The fact that he came back and did it again, that's the crazy thing. His goal when he went to Chicago was to bring them one championship. That was his goal. And to play, to make the playoffs every single year. Those were the goals he stated. He accomplished that triple-fold. Won 3 in a row. And then he walked away to honor his father. You want to give him crap for that? And LeBron has abandoned how many teams? Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland. And now he's with the Lakers. But he abandoned all those teams. And he didn't abandon them after success. He abandoned them after failure. And that's the leader. That's supposed to be your king. So you fail your people as the king, and then you abandon the castle. You want to praise that king? I don't think so. You praise the king who was successful, accomplished so much for his people, did it year after year after year. And then you get them to a high point, and then you can walk away and pass it on to the next leader. That's like what MJ did. And in '98, he got forced out. He didn't want to go. He wanted to compete. He wanted to contend for a fourth, a 7th championship, but he got forced out. It's not LeBron. Jordan doesn't lose and then walk.
I don't think so. John Wooden, who was an all-time coach in college basketball and called the Wizard of Basketball, uttered a famous line stating, "Sports don't build character, they reveal it."
Good
what has
quote.
the sport of basketball...
Good quote right there. Sports don't build character, they reveal it. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Sports revealed how much Michael Jordan was willing to do to win, how obsessed he was with it, how personal he took losing. And with LeBron, it revealed what a selfish narcissist he is, how he's willing to blame everybody for his misfortunes and then take all of the credit for the team's success. It really did reveal it. Good quote.
Sports don't build character, they reveal it. What has the sport of basketball revealed about LeBron as a person? He's someone who's shown himself to have a lower tolerance for trials and adversity associated with a ball club. He's someone who gives up and quits on teammates here and there.
Yep.
He's somebody who shirks responsibility in making bad decisions and pins it on other people.
Yep.
Would rather play the narrative in the best of ways than have anything negative that comes from that narrative associated with him. More often than not, over and over and over and over again, he's done great, amazing, truly awe-inspiring things, not just on the court, but off the court. But two things can be true. Great people are not always great people. And if you believe anything I'm saying is just pure lies, fabrications, falsehoods, you are completely delusional. And you're not a true basketball fan. As a person, I believe LeBron is decent, more than decent. But he could be better on a great many different occasions.
I actually disagree with you there, Dynamo, because if he's doing this on a professional level, all this blame shifting, taking all the credit for everything, all the sabotage he's done with his teammates, throwing everybody under the bus, getting coaches in trouble. If he's doing this in his professional life, where the cameras are rolling all the time, Dynamo, what do you think he's doing in his personal life? You think somebody with that much money and that much power and who's getting away with it on a professional level is not going to do this personally? I think he'd be a terrible friend. I think he's probably a terrible family member. He's not somebody I'd ever want to interact with. I couldn't trust him. If anything goes wrong for him, he's going to throw me right under a bus and it's going to end me. I know his type of person. I've been friends with this type of dude before. It doesn't end well. It doesn't end well for anybody. They just don't care about anything but themselves.
In regards to myself, I can say the same, and I believe people who are watching believe they can be better people. And notice I'm focusing solely on LeBron's on-court persona and behavior. This has nothing to do with any of his other shenanigans off the court, which I've complained about multiple different times. There are things you just can't deny. You've never seen greats of any other respective sport have to deal with what LeBron has dealt with. Why? Because he does it to himself.
Yeah,
because
he did.
He puts himself in these positions, predicaments, and situations.
Yeah. Like it's funny how, you know, there could be an argument. Oh, why do we always have to compare Jordan or LeBron to Jordan? Because he started it. He called himself the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Well, Jordan's the greatest of all time. So now what's left to do? Well, now we have to compare and prove why you're not the GOAT. He started that. It wasn't Jordan didn't start that. He didn't come out and make statements like, I'm better than LeBron James. I'm greater than LeBron James. Then I'd be pointing my finger at MJ going, why'd you start this shit? You know, why would you do this? No, LeBron James does it. All of these problems, he's the source of them. When we catch him in lies, it's because he's lying. He's the source, you know? When we call him an attention whore, you've shown, you know, Dynamo here has shown 1,000 times in different methods, different ways where he's constantly looking for attention, you know, like the hourglass symbol, you know, when's the deadline for when's the trade deadline, blah, 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 or when's the deadline to sign a free agent. He does it. We're just reacting to it.
Heart for the game has been put into question far more than any other GOAT of any respective sport I've ever seen in my life. And it is so by his own hand. Nobody else's, mostly his. And if I'm being honest with you, if this man didn't have as many things as he does in his inventory, even just a little bit less, I wouldn't have him at number 2. But that'll be its own video. And I know
this is hilarious right here. This is hilarious. Yep, that's every first person shooter video game right there.
some people going to be upset. They're going to be rageful at what I have to say, and they'll unsubscribe.
No.
It's a consequence I'm prepared to live with, as everyone will never agree on everything, and everyone shouldn't be expected to. Refute any of these claims in the comments if you wish, because unlike some people who watch this video and call themselves fans of basketball,
this shit means something to me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me too. Me too. I actually don't disagree with you on anything. If anything, there's an extra 10% of pissed off that I am beyond where you're at. Yeah, you told no lies here. I don't even want to say I'm sick of it anymore, because now it's all to be expected. You know, what was it, just like a month ago, where he called himself the GOAT again by saying Bronny can call him GOAT. You can call me 2-3, or you can call me GOAT if you want to. Like, he's doing it like that. Like, hey, if you want to, you can call me the GOAT. If you want to. It's only if you want to, though. You can call me the greatest of all time. I'm okay with that. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about this dude anymore. I'm so glad I don't know him on a professional level or on a personal level. Because if I did, I'd be trying to figure out what the quickest and most, rip the bandage off method I could possibly pull off to get this fool out of my life. Because this dude is not going to contribute in any positive way to my life. And he's going to just... Man, he's a succubus, is what he is. Ugh. Dynamo, good video as always. I have nothing else to say. Nothing else to say about LeBron James right now. Just completely dumbfounded. I'm just annoyed. All right, I'm out of here, everybody. Let me know what you think. Is LeBron James capping? I think LeBron James is capping his butt off here. Do you really believe he thinks that he has nothing left to prove with all the actions? So, if you listen to his words and you watch his actions, does his actions line up with that narrative that he actually has nothing left to prove? Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let me know in the comments. I'll see you all later. All right, peace out. Have a wonderful night, okay? Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.